here. Today we're going to be walking through most of our elk calls that we offer. We're going to start off with our open slider estrus calls, and then we'll be doing a little cow-calf herd talk, and then we'll even go in through locators and get into a little bit of the challenges. Even though most guys in public land won't like to challenge a herd bull, but we'll get into a little bit of that today also. So stick with us and we will get right into it. Now we're going to be looking at our seducer line. This is a cocobolo slider estrus call. So those of you that are not familiar with cocobolo, it is an amazing hardwood from Central America. It's a very oily wood, so naturally it sheds water, and it's a wonderful call for all elements. I know us as elk hunters, but sometimes we're faced with all elements: snow, sleet, rain, muck. That wood is by far the best that we've ever found. With this call, we baffle it, so we have an actual plastic baffle in that really tones down the sound of this call. Cocobolo in itself is definitely a good mild tone, and then with that baffle system, it's going to sound even more natural, and that's what we're after, to try to fool those big bulls, is just a good natural sound. We put 2 O-rings on these. One additional O-ring, you can definitely move the O-ring to where you like it. Some guys will take it all the way off, and some guys will have it positioned exactly where your lip is going to ride on that ring, and it's going to give you the best sound. So feel free to play with your O-ring position. Know if that one does pop off, you've got an extra one on there. I'll introduce the estrus call, and this is a very excited call for a bull to hear, and it's going to be an exciting call for you to demonstrate when you're out in the woods, because you never know what response you're going to get. Sometimes you'll get that bull charging into you to breed that cow. Sometimes you'll elicit an immediate response as far as a bugle. So it's a very exciting thing to do, and we're really happy when we come up with a good sounding estrus call. So here's what it sounds like. It's a little more drawn out and a little bit more whine to it than most of your herd talk. Cow-calf will talk back and forth. So if you do your herd talk and then throw in a little estrus whine in the middle of that bull that's lingering on the outskirts is going to think that there's a hot cow in there and she's ready to breed. We love to see ladies out in the woods, and what better? We designed a pink call for the ladies. This is the tease, and we designed it with a pink and black laminate wood and a pink band for all you ladies want to show off your little bit of a girl side. Alright, this is our 100% real shedded elk horn call. It's an amazing resonating chamber also. It's like that cocobolo. This one is an amazing sound to it. That the inside of the horn, as we hollow it out, has great acoustics to it. We also baffle it because we believe that with all of our calls, a baffle definitely makes it sound that much more natural. Same sort of thing with the O-ring on this one. It's same soundboard, so you can change your O-ring just a little bit. And each one of these calls is going to be a little bit different and unique. So no 2 antlers are the same. No 2 elk calls like this are going to be the same. They all have a little different sound, which is something that we're really proud of, because not every 2 elk sound exactly the same. So why should your elk call sound exactly the same too? Next, I'll do a little demonstration of it. Just like that. That'll get that bull excited, coming your way. Next, let's go into our mouth reads. Here at Cascade Custom Game Calls, we take pride in the fact that almost all of us, our pro staff, the owners, we all hunt hard pressured public land, and all the bulls that you see are all public land bulls, and we take pride in that. Anybody that goes out and hunts public land knows how challenging it is, especially to call in a bull that's been called in before. You bugle a little too aggressively and he's gathering his cows and he's heading to the next countryside. So we'll do a lot of cow-calf, a little bit of estrus, and if we do bugle, all we'll do is a little high to low locator. We'll go into a basin, have good wind, working up first thing in the morning, and just give him just a little bit, just kind of a where are you kind of call. So let's go through these calls. Now imagine this, it's opening morning, it's about 45 minutes before the sun peaks up over the mountain horizon. You're working up a basin or up a draw. You've got those thermals coming down. You're going to have good wind for the next 4 to 5 hours, and we want to give out a little locator to kind of feel out what's ahead of us. Where is that bull? Is there an elk in the area? And you want to elicit that response from him so you can make a good game plan. So what we'll do is we'll throw out a little locator as we're kind of working our way up the trail, up the bottom of the draw, and just kind of get a feeler. If we have to go around and we get a locator and the bull is in a little challenging spot where we think the thermals are going to start changing and we got to change our tactics, we want to kind of get him to know what he's at, where he's at, keep him interested, and maybe he's working a different direction than we kind of pictured he was. So what we'll do, we'll just give him a little high to low locator. That's all. It's not aggressive. It's just more of a, hey, I'm over here. Is there any other bulls around? That's about it. So we'll just get that bull to hopefully elicit a response back to us and let us know as a courtesy that he's just right up there. Now we've located that bull. It's now about cracking dawn. We've located him coming off the top of the ridge. He was feeding up over that top of that ridge last night, and he's pushing his cows over the top to find a nice bench to go to bed on this morning. And now what do? Let's get after him. Let's figure out where he's going to go, get good wind, hopefully we can slip up in front of him, and cow, calf, maybe even estrus. It's a little bit early for the estrus, but let's give him a cow, calf and just kind of work into him, and hopefully he'll come down and try to either hook us and hook us into his herd, or come down and just elicit him looking at us and coming hopefully within bow range, or hopefully even into our shooter range that's up ahead of the caller. So what we'll do is we're working up closer to him. We'll do a little cow calf, like we're kind of feeding along, wanting to be a part of his harem. We view most bulls as being a little intimidated to come into a challenge bugle most of the times. In the right situation, you can challenge that bull and get him to come in really hot and aggressive. It's a life-changing event if you've never been a part of that. The bull will be coming in, raking trees, peeing all over himself. He's excited. You'll be excited back if you can get in and rake a tree back to him, get him really worked up. It's an amazing feeling to have that bull screaming in to you, but take in mind, a lot of bulls are lovers and not fighters. So just use the challenge bugle according to how that bull's temperature, how you feel that bull's temperature is at that particular time, during the rut, during the estrus cycles, how many cows he might have, if he's got satellites he's been running off, things like that. Typically for us, a challenge bugle is pretty personal. My wife killed a bull a few years ago that we got within his 100-yard bubble, and we just worked into his cows when they were starting to go to bed, and then we gave him that big challenge bugle right to his face, and I didn't blow it away from him, I blew it right to him, and it was directed right at him. So it was a fight or flight, and at that time it was a fight for him. He'd made that determination that he was going to have to fight us, and rather than try to escape. So he came charging in. My wife smoked him at 20 yards, and we're looking at him and having great pictures and enjoying that hunt. So if it works out good for you, it'll definitely be a life-changing experience. So a lot of times as elk hunters, we're based as elk hunters, spot and stalk deer. We'll be running and gunning and run across a coyote out there, You know, maybe a bear down feeding in a drainage, or maybe a cougar or bobcat or something like that runs across the trail right in front of us, and we want to call them in, but maybe we don't remember where our predator call is. It's in the bottom of our backpack. It's back on our pack somewhere. So we made a necklace call out of a antler tip, and it's a predator call, and it's always on you. It's ready to go. It's waterproof, and it's always with you, which is the cool thing about it. Works every time.